হ্যালো গাইস, আমরা ফেরত চলে এসেছি আজকে গানুসিন ইমফাক্ট খেলতে। তো আজকে আমাদের টার্গেট গাইস বাইডুর স্টোরি কোয়েস্টটাকে কমপ্লিট করা, আই মিন দ্য হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্ট। হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্টে আমরা সিনারিও দুটো করে ফেলেছি, কিন্তু এখনও পাঁচটা সিনারিও বাকি। পাঁচটা সিনারিওর মধ্যে আমরা দুটো সিনারিও কমপ্লিট করে ফেলেছি অ্যান্ড তিনটে সিনারিও বাকি আছে গাইজ। তো ওই তিনটে সিনারিও বা এন্ডিং যেটা বলা হয় সেটা গাইজ আজকে আমরা এক্সপ্লোর করব। সো লেটস বিগিন। তো গাইজ ঢুকেই আমাদের ওয়েলকাম জানাচ্ছে বাইডু, অ্যান্ড বাইডুকে নিয়েই গাইজ আমরা বাইডুর হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্ট করব। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য পোয়েটিক জাস্টিস। অরিজিনাল রেজিন আমাদের কাছে 16টা আছে। সো ফার্দার অন আমরা চেক করব যে হবে কি হবে না কমপ্লিট। আমরা চলে যাব আমাদের মিশন মিশন টিশনের স্ক্রিনে, আর চলে যাব বাইডুর মিশনে। এন্ডিংস রিচড 2। প্রাইভেট চ্যাট থেকে চিংসে ভিলেজ হান্টে গেছে। গাইজ আগে আমরা চলে যাব সেলার ট্রেনিং এ।
Cold beer after a hard day's work.
তো গাইজ আমাদের টার্গেট যে আজকে তিনটেই
If you ever
এই
want to trade
ভিডিওর মধ্যেই
tactics,
শেষ করে ফেলা।
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After
Yes,
this, the
skip it. The shield of the crooks.
As I expected, there are two main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on: survival knowledge and entertainment. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, কিন্তু গাইজ একটাই ব্যাপার, তোমরা যদি এটার কি বলে প্রসঙ্গ বা হোয়াট ইজ ইট দ্য সাবজেক্টটা না বুঝতে পারো, তোমরা কিন্তু গাইজ একটা জিনিস করতে পারো, যেটা হচ্ছে আই বাটনে আমি আগের ভিডিও মানে বাইডো ইভেন্ট কোয়েস্ট ওয়ানের ইভেন্ট কোয়েস্টটা মানে হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্ট ওয়ানের লিঙ্কটা দিয়ে দেবো, তোমরা ওটা আগে দেখে এইটাকে কন্টিনিউ করতে পারো। এনিওয়েজ ইট ইজ আ ভেরি ফান ভিডিও টু ওয়াচ, জাস্ট ফর ইনফরমেশন আমি আগে থেকে বলে রাখলাম। তো বাইডো বলছে এই তিনটে ব্যক্তির কাছে থেকে তোমরা লার্ন দি স্কিলস মানে নলেজ ট্রান্সফার নিতে পারো, কিন্তু আমি তো শিখতে চাই আমার প্রিয় বাইডোর কাছ থেকেই। So I thought I will be learning from you, Captain. Captain, my captain.
Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew. If there's
Well
anything
said,
I'm
well
most proud
said.
of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later. I look forward to seeing how you do.
Okay, okay, I don't have a problem. বলো কাকা,
Hello, traveler.
কি বলার আছে?
I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything. Oh, I presume the cap. But first of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face?
Losing a limb, na getting seasick.
That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea.
At the sea.
I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job in an unforgiving environment. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious, or even fatal. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising. Most newcomers think the same way. But hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, a lot
All
of
of
these
these
things
can be avoided.
Well, I think
Guys,
that's enough for you to think over for now. Is there
জল হোক
anything
বাস
else you
থর
would like to know? Are you concerned about them? No wonder Captain Beidou thinks you're different. There must be more to you than just your strength. If you can convince Mora Grubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost titled Convalescence Payments and Incapacity Support for Injured Crew Members. Regardless of the fleet's income, those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensate. Some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have the money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason, you know. But if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beidou is in charge of the Crux, no one will get forgotten. Is there anything else you would like to know? Captain Beidou? Well, out of everyone I've met, she probably values people's lives and safety the most. Although I'm just a doctor, Beidou has given me the full authority to send any newcomers who I don't see as fit for service off the ship until they are ready to come back with the right attitude. Every time we're stocking up before a voyage, medicine takes top priority. I'm even allowed to choose the suppliers, regardless of the price. We have adequate budget for medical expenses. Do you know what Mora Grubber, our bookkeeper, calls this? A significant financial risk. But Beidou knows the importance of having a healthy crew. That's why she is authorized me regardless. She places her full trust in me and believes that I can solve these problems. Of course, I have proven her right. So, to answer your question, is there anything else you would like to know?
No, thanks. I have learned a lot.
My pleasure. Okay, let's leave it there then.
Thank you. Genuinely, thank you.
Sorry about earlier, Traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in. Oh! Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most talented navigator in Liyue Harbor.
Okay.
I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between the most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances.
Guys,
It's
এখানে
worth
ম্যাপ
mentioning that
করাচ্ছে
under my
আমাদেরকে ভালো
direction,
করে।
the Crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret. Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never. But if we don't fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace.
Average marketplace. একদমই
Oops,
guys.
I've
Indiana
gotten off
Jones level
topic.
stuff.
Well, is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. To be honest, I've only attained a smattering of knowledge in that area. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the previous navigator. So my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect changes in the sea. I think you can ask Captain Beidou more about Kartok. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned
Okay,
the way
so
we came out for
uncharted
fear of
মানে
potential
এই
hazards.
case যে
But Captain Beidou still
uncharted
managed to
is
draft a simple chart of the area we
anywhere
sailed through
of the
for if
area
and
which
when we
is
explored
not
the area again.
charted yet by
Incredible, isn't
any
it? I
navigator.
was amazed to see that the captain could even do
মানে
cartography.
কোনো নাবিক কখনো ওই সমুদ্র বা ওই পিস অফ ল্যান্ড বা পিস অফ ওয়াটার বডি ওই সমুদ্র বা ওই জলাশয়ের মধ্যে দিয়ে
Because I have
যেতে
the talent,
পারেনি
but
বলে
she
ওটা
doesn't want to let
চার্টেড
it go to
হয়নি,
waste.
সো দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড
She
আনচার্টেড।
treats the whole crew that way.
Oh,
I initially had this
মাইন্ড
same question
ব্লোন গাইস,
myself.
মাইন্ড ব্লোন।
After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not floating on her alone. That way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still be able to sail onward without. Captain Beidou may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is that she's very considerate of everyone on board. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? My pleasure.
Thank
A friend
you.
of Captain Beidou is a friend of mine.
I certainly want to be a friend of you. কাকা কোথায়? আরে কাকা তুমি টঙে উঠে আছো, এগুলো কি ঠিক?
I wonder what's going on up there.
করবো গাইস, আমার স্ট্যামিনাটাকে রিচার্জ করে নেব, আর এরকম ভাবেই আমি একটু একটু উঠবো এবং একটু একটু বল দেবো। এটা আমরা ড্রপ করলাম এখন, কিন্তু আমি একটুখানি ভুল জায়গায় উঠে গেছি গাইস। না, ঠিক জায়গায় গেছি। এ কাকা যে টঙে উঠে বসে আছে,
Hello,
কি করতে
traveler.
চায়?
Are you here to learn about marine meteorology?
সন্দেহ হচ্ছে।
I
আশা
saw the
করছি।
captain showing you around the training, so I figured that she
কি
probably
চাই
wants
চাই
you to get to know the
করছিস
life of a
তাহলে?
crew member.
কাকা টঙে উঠে যে বসে আছে, এর জীবনের দাবিটা কি? So, you have a real knack for
Okay.
your job.
Let's get started. Marine meteorology
Marine
basically
meteorology.
means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena. So things like sea fog, storm surges, these are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take water spouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage.
তো ওয়াটার স্পাউটও একটা জিনিস
But
হয়ে
if
গেল।
you know that water spouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, you will be even
কিন্তু
more
দাদা
alert if you
ওয়াটার
and most
স্পাউট নিয়ে আমি কি
importantly,
করব?
if you spot a small white
I will
vortex
spout
emerging
the
from the
shit out
clouds,
of you.
you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of water spouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch.
You must
Well,
have
I'm
sharp
good
eyes.
at reading the sea, but I'm not as good as the captain when it comes to reading people. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshuin? I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there fishing with the adults. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an environment like that as a kid is solid proof of the captain's capabilities. If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told me I could do it. You may
Then
not have
do
heard,
it.
but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story involving me, third round knockout, and a few. Who would ever have thought that the rookie sailor who fell drunk into the sea and became a laughingstock among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character. Find me anytime if you want to know.
ওকে দাদা, তোমার সাথে আমি বকবক করতে সার্টেনলি কোনো না কোনো এক টাইমে ফেরত আসবো। কিন্তু তুমি যে কাকা টঙে উঠে বসে থাকো, এইটা কি ঠিক? জাহাজে আসো
So
তার
you've
মানে
already
কি
finished talking to the crew, huh?
টঙেই উঠে থাকবে?
I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think?
যাই হোক, it was a little hard, but I can handle
Now
it.
you know that the shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. Let's get started. First of all,
Started
life
মানে?
on the
Test
sea
নেবে
isn't
নাকি?
always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members?
Dangers. Yes, underestimating danger.
Is that your final answer? All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines?
Distance mark করার জন্য দাদা, distance mark
Okay,
করার জন্য।
interesting. Now, last question. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For
আরে
example,
কাকা, wind.
water spouts. So, my question is, how can we reliably predict water spouts so we can avoid them?
কোনো ব্যাপার না guys, strong winds.
Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? I gotta
Most
say,
certainly.
each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you surprise me with something new.
তার মানে
You got
কি
them
আমি
all
নরমালের
correct.
থেকেও ভালো?
Okay then. Now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new recreational activities.
Recreational activities. কাউকে পেদানোর কথা হচ্ছে তাহলে রেডি।
Don't worry, all our recreational activities are respectable and above board. You need to realize
Above
that being
board.
out at sea
Overboard
might be
no,
fun for
above
the first
board.
few days while everything's new, but before too long, looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally. That is why regular recreational activities are an absolute necessity. We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation, as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged.
Now you're talking my language.
Well, for today at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
তো দাদা আজকে ফটোগ্রাফির দিন, তো আমরা আজকে করব ফটোগ্রাফি। ইভেন এই আজকেই আমি যখন অফিস থেকে ফিরছিলাম, আকাশটা খুব ভায়োলেট একটা
Listen
কন্ডিশন
up,
ছিল।
everyone
একটা
can
ফটো
go back
তুলেছিলাম
and
গাইস,
call it a day. The
পারলে আমি
photography
ফটোটাকে
session
অ্যাটাচ
has
করবো,
been
তোমরা দেখতে পারো।
postponed.
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate.
তাহলে ফটোগ্রাফি তো
Oh?
আমি একটু জানি।
Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead
কেউ
the class
বলেছে
today?
তুই জানিস না?
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, traveler.
It would be my
Great.
pleasure.
It's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the...
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. That should be everyone. Take it away, traveler. Oh yeah?
I will take
What's
it
that?
away. But we need
Fair
a
enough.
model.
It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be?
It is you, Captain Beidou. It is you.
Me? Guyenstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity.
Nah,
So how
nah,
about
nah,
we
nah.
snap Guyenstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for him.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we... Those were your exact words, Captain.
Exact words.
Were they now? Strange. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the camera. Or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and
Beidou
striking kind of
পালাচ্ছে।
picture. We can
বাইডুকে আমরা
even
পালাতে
use it
দেব
to
না
promote
গাইস,
the fleet during
কিছুতেই
recruitment.
কথা ঘোরাতে
Real funny,
দেব না
guys.
গাইস। তাহলে মাখন লাগাবো কি লাগাবো না? গাইস আমরা মাখন
Well,
ঠিকই লাগিয়ে দেবো।
If you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, traveler?
Smile and be happy.
Like this? You're kidding, right? It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that. You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Yay.
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
এ জুজা তোর
Lighting
একটু
may still
বেশি
be a
বাওয়াল
problem.
হচ্ছে না?
But I'm open to persuasion.
আমি কি
If you
করলাম
have a
ভাই?
suitable place
জুজা
in mind,
বলেছি,
I can consider it.
চুমন বলিনি।
Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind.
So it will be Guyenstone Forest. কিন্তু Guyenstone Forest আমাদেরকে দিচ্ছে না। তাহলে আমরা কোথায় চলে যাব? ওয়াংশু ইন।
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now, isn't it? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map. Treasure? It just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. Now that you've mentioned it, it's given me the urge to go back and take a look around. How about we take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit?
তাহলে গাইস আমরা তো হাঁটা দেব, এইটা তো ফিক্স। কিন্তু তাড়াতাড়িও যেতে হবে গাইস, টেলিপোর্টটাও নিয়ে নাও দাদা, কাজের টাইমে কাজের কাজ করো। আবে
Time to act. Body
তাহলে
and
গাইজ
mind.
আমরা
Time to
হাঁটা
act.
দিয়ে পৌঁছে যাব ফিশিং
Body and
ভিলেজ
mind.
নিয়ার ওয়াংশু ইন, আর আমরা পেটে করব মাংস ইন।
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
কিন্তু কাকা বলো এখানে
Nothing as
হয়েছিলটা
dramatic
কি?
as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call the
আরে কাকা বকো 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 বকো।
With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now, upriver is long gone, and downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. Tu Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name. You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snapped. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time. So then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running, but straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
Hangout event গুলো একদমই well thought out. Genshin Impact disappoint করবে না।
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here. Do you know what the name Beidou means?
Beidou বলো।
About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away. During that same period, the harvest was getting worse and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death.
তো গাইস এই জিনিসটা আমরা
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction.
কিন্তু গেডো তুমি একা নও তুমি যদি কাস্ট হও তাহলে ট্রাভেলারও কাস্ট
What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess, you got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could.
তা ঠিক বলেছেন সরি কাকিমা তা ঠিক বলেছেন
Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed, and the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
তাহলে in some way we are the scapegoats.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kind of dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
So you finally remember
Come on,
মাথায়
let's
এসে
not
গেছে।
waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So,
তাহলে পোজ দাও
what? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
তাহলে আমরা মাথর খেলা guys আরো একটা
This is
সিনারিও
what I call a moment of solitude.
আর এখানে দেখতে দেখতে একটা ফাটুইয়ের নাতি চলে এসেছে
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power
ফাটুইয়ের
of
নাতিকে তো আমি ছেড়ে কথা বলবো না ফাটুইয়ের ফাটলে বেরিয়েই
shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
Cool it! Can't run from death.
guys these are gone
Freeze!
ফাটুই গেল আর এদিকে কিন্তু গাইস 20 হয়ে গেছে ঠিক আছে গাইস একটা সিনারিও করেছি we do have some time আমরা আরো একটা সিনারিও করে নেব কারণ গাইস মিনিমাম দুটো সিনারিও তো আমরা এবারে করব কারণ যা দেখছি 1 ঘন্টার মধ্যে গাইস আমরা দুটো সিনারিওই কমপ্লিট করতে পারছি তার বেশি পারছি না। তো থার্ড সিনারিও কমপ্লিট করে আমরা পেয়ে গেলাম 20টা প্রিমো চেন তো একবার আমরা ফ্লো চার্টটাকে দেখে নেব গাইস স্ম্যাটারিং অফ মেমোরিজ আছে আমরা মনে হচ্ছে এই ফ্লো চার্ট ওয়াইজ অনেকটা দূরে দূরে করছিলাম বলে আমাদের অনেকটা টাইম লাগছিল তো আমরা স্ম্যাটারিং অফ মেমোরিজ থেকে আবার স্টার্ট করব
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction. What do you mean?
তো এই যেখানে আমাদের
Is that
ব্লান্ডারের
all?
কথাটা আমরা
And let me
শোনাবো।
guess. Well, oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I
একদম
appreciate it.
এবং
Let's not
skip
forget that
করতে
the
করতে আমরা যাব স্ট্রাইক অ্যান
Alright.
এপিক পোজ। একটা ফটো নিলাম সেই জাস্ট
So,
একটাই ফটো নিলাম
is it
guys,
done
আর
yet?
তাতেই হয়ে
Please don't tell me that it looks weird.
It does look weird কিন্তু তুমি কাকিমা মডেল
Show
এই
me.
নিয়ে চাপ হবে না কিন্তু ছিঁড়ে মিড়ে দিলে হবে না
Yeah, sure, whatever.
এটা
Now give it
ফেরত
here.
দিতে হবে।
Yes. I see. All right. Now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official right to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes. So, I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this. That's fine with you, though, right?
No, it's not fine with me. I wanted that photograph. তো গাইস সিনারিও 2 আমাদের কমপ্লিটেড। তো এই হিসাবে আমরা খালি ফ্লো চার্টটা অনেক বড় ফলো করছিলাম বলে কেসটা খাচ্ছিলাম। যদিও ব্যাটল পাসে ক্লিক হয়ে গেল আমরা কাজ করি এটাকে রিডিম করেই ফেলি। তাহলে আমরা হ্যাংআউটের মেনুতে চলে যাব এবং ফ্লো চার্টটাকে ফলো করে দেখব। চারটে সিনারিও আমাদের হয়ে গেছে কমপ্লিট গাইস। এইবারে ফ্লো চার্ট ওয়াইজ আমাদের একটা সিনারিও বাকি যেটা হচ্ছে প্রাইভেট চ্যাট থেকে গিলি প্লেন ছাড়া আরেক দিকে ছিল সেই স্টোরিটাকে কমপ্লিট করা। গিলি প্লেনে আমরা গিলি গিলি করব।
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to
এইটা কিন্তু
Inazuma
আমরা
pirates.
লাস্ট ভিডিও
We searched the wreckage and found a map.
একটু স্কিপ করে দেবো কাকে মাইন্ড করো না। তো এটা হচ্ছে
Guili
আমাদের গিলি
Plains.
প্লেন।
Huh, I never would have gotten that. How can you tell?
কারণ ওটা ব্যাপার আছে ব্যাপার আছে ব্যাপার আছে। তো রেগুলার ম্যাপের তুলনায় ওটা দেখে আমাদের
Okay
গিলি
then.
প্লেনই লাগলো।
So you do live up to the hype. I can't believe you noticed that. You sure have an eye for detail. Let's head over there and take
বেশি
a
না
look.
বেইডো
I'll need you to help me
একটু
zero in on the specific location once we're there.
চলো স্পেসিফিক লোকেশন আমরা ট্র্যাক করতে চলে যাই। নেভিগেশন আমাদের পড়ে গেছে তাহলে আমরা ম্যাপে যাব নেভিগেশন বার করে নেব। ডোমেইন অফ দ্য ফরসেকেন্ড রুইন্স থেকে আমরা নেভিগেশনের দিকে চলে যাব।
It
আর
should be
আমাদের
around
cutscene
here,
start
right?
হয়ে গেছে।
Who are they? Oh, it's a bunch of treasure
Treasure
hoarders.
hoarder.
There are quite a few of them. If things go south and fists start flying, stay behind me. I'm more than a match for...
Keep digging, boys. Once we have our hands on the treasure, everyone gets a share.
You can all hold it right there.
Huh?
Hold it right
Who's
there.
that barking
मैं
orders?
वही के लिए दो.
Do you know who you're up against here? Keep going if you got a death wish. What the? It's Captain Beidou. Run, boys!
Nobody move.
Captain Beidou, Lord of the Ocean. This is all my fault. I didn't know who I was up against. I don't have a death wish. I swear. I got a big mouth is all. It's always saying things it shouldn't. I swear I'll wash it out with soap the moment I get back. Please, have mercy. Will you spare us?
Yeah. Spare parts दिए पैदा वो तो.
Spare them, at least. These guys are just trying to put food in their mouths. They've never hurt a soul. If you need to take anyone, take me. Please, let them go. It was me that disrespected you. They never did and never would.
जाओ तुम्हें छोड़ दिया.
Is that
तुम्हें
right?
टीमेर কথা ভাবো.
Fine. Seems like you've got a heart in there somewhere, seeing how you treat your crew. I'll let you off the hook this time. Get out of here!
Thank you, Captain Beidou. Thank you.
Beidou
Wait.
আমাদেরকে খেলাতে দিল.
Yes? What else might the merciful and mighty Beidou require?
This treasure's still up for grabs. The Crux fleet honors the rule of first come, first served. You found it first, so name your price. I can't have any rumors going around about Captain Beidou stealing other people's treasure, can I?
Captain Beidou, we wouldn't dare take more from you. Take the treasure as an apology for my foolish words. Please, take it. Please.
Oh? Well, if you insist. I accept your kind offer, and I'll make you one in return. You don't seem like terrible folks, so let me help you get onto the right track. If you want to mend your ways and put all this behind you, the Crux can probably arrange some odd jobs in the port for you. It'd be humble work, but at least it'd get you on your feet and making an honest living. A much better deal than what you've got going now, if you ask me.
Wow, thank you, Captain Beidou. On behalf of me and all my boys.
Right. Let's see what we've got in here.
Beidou
This isn't what we're looking for.
আমাদেরকে একটু
Let's look around. Maybe
কাজের
we'll
কাজ
find it.
করতে দাও.
Body and mind.
গাইস আমাদেরকে একটুখানি উপরে উঠে তীর ধনুক চালাতে হবে. তীর ধনুক তো চালিয়ে নেবো, কাকে নেবো বুঝতে পারছি না. আচ্ছা মশালগুলো ফায়ার এলিমেন্টারি আছে, সো আমাদের অ্যাম্বারই নিতে
Outrider
হবে.
Amber, reporting.
একটা হলো গাইস, নেক্সট হচ্ছে এটা 2 নম্বর হয়ে গেল. তিন নম্বর মশালটাও হয়ে গেল. এইবারে ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে where is the 4 নম্বর মশাল?
কি মশা
মশাল
মশা মারছিস কেন?
মশা হবে
Oh,
তুমি,
sorry.
আমি মারি মশা.
Another target tracked down by Outrider.
Those rocks look
Kind of
weird.
weird.
Let's see if there's anything there.
ওঠো ওঠো কাকা ওঠো, কাকা উঠে কাকা ছিছি করো. আরে বাবা শপে যাওয়া ছিল না.
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry.
Delve into destiny.
Eyes on me!
তাহলে এটাকে কতক্ষণে কত তাড়াতাড়ি আমরা
Decided
ডিসলভ
by
করতে
destiny.
পারি। এবার চেক করে নেব।
Cool it.
কারণ গাইজ একে আমি লিটারালি খুব তাড়াতাড়ি ডিসলভ করে দিতে চাই।
No escape! Go, go, Baron!
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen.
Shadows of fate!
তো গাইজ আমরা একটা প্রেশাস চেস্ট আজকে আনলক করে ফেললাম, যেটা
Nice.
সত্যি কথা
I'm
আমরা
starting to lose
জানতাম না
count.
এক্সিস্ট করে। তাহলে রক গুলো তো গাইজ আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, এটাকেও আমাদের টঙাতে হবে।
Power that ended Python! Delved into destiny! Get him!
The wrong test subject.
পেদিয়ে পেদিয়ে তো দিচ্ছি কাকা, মারবো কতক্ষণে।
No one escapes my sights! Shadows of fate! Fate
Shadows
is
of
upon me.
fate, fate is upon you.
So sorry. Cool it.
তুমি আমাকে কিন্তু মারবে না, আমি তোমায় মারবো।
কি দাবি
Crew!
নিজে
আরে,
দেখে না
বাইরে
বলে
বাবা,
মারবে না মারবো
Delved into destiny!
Dodge this. Freeze.
আমার তো ভাই অন্যায় আবদারি থাকে, কি আর বলবো।
Written in the stars!
নিচে একটা প্রেশাস চেস্ট আর এখানেও একটি কিছু একটা আনলক হয়েছে। জিও কিউলাসটাও আমরা পেয়ে গেলাম, ওয়ান লেটারও পেলাম। ওয়ান প্রেশাস চেস্ট, টু প্রেশাস চেস্ট,
These will come in handy!
এভরিথিং ইজ প্রেশাস চেস্ট।
Bet you can't keep up with me! No one escapes my sights! Delved into destiny!
Dodge this. Cool. Nothing.
Let's keep looking.
গাইজ ওয়ান লেটারটা তোলা চক করে আমার কিন্তু আরো একটা জিনিসপত্র ঢুকে গেল, ওইটাকে আমরা এখন একটু ইগনোর করে দেব, যেরকম আমি আমার গ্রেডসকে ইগনোর করতাম। তো আমরা ভি করে কোথায় চলে যেতে পারি আমরা দেখে নেব।
What's the hurry?
ভি করে এন্ড সি করে চলে যাব। এখানে ওয়াটার অ্যান্ড আইস বোথ পাবলিক আছে, সেই জন্য আমার লাগবে ট্রাভেলার কি
There's still a long road ahead.
ফায়ার পাবলিক,
I can't wait any longer!
কারণ বেডু তো
What are those hilly trolls digging for? Wait, actually, I've heard they sometimes dig for buried treasure. Let's go take a closer look.
Windblade.
গেলোটা কোথায়? পাবলিক, the public is very oblique.
Delved into destiny!
Free. Don't push your.
Out of frying pan into the fire pan!
হ্যাঁ, এই তো প্রপার একদম হেলথ ড্যামেজ।
Disappear!
আগে দিলাম হেলথ ড্যামেজ, এবার দিলাম ইমোশনাল ড্যামেজ। এখানে কি আমরা কিছু
Nope,
পাবো গাইস?
not here either. Now that we've searched all the places of interest in this area and come up with nothing, you got any ideas? It's
What is the
Captain
treasure?
Beidou! Captain Beidou!
Huh?
Captain Beidou! Actually, we've just been wandering around nearby. We didn't go far because we were thinking about what you said and... Well, me and the boys decided we're ready to move.
Oh? Are you sure?
Yes,
Eşyo
absolutely
no
sure.
eşua.
Okay then. But I'll warn you right now, you won't have it easy. It might just be menial work
কাকে
in the
গাল
port, but in the eyes of the general public,
বলে আর ইউ
you'll be
শিওর?
associates of the
তখন বলল
Crux.
না,
So
এটা
there
sure
will be a
নয়।
grueling
এটা sure
test you
নয়,
have to
এটা
go through
sure।
before you can start.
I understand. I understand. Truth be told, Captain, it's only because it's you, the mighty and honorable Captain Beidou. If it had been anyone else, I don't think I'd have listened. And since you made us this kind offer, I'd like to ask, if I might be so bold, is there any hope at all for us to become full members of the Crux in the future?
Well, there's no place in the Crux for delusions of grandeur, that's for sure. But then again, everybody has to start somewhere. So it comes down to you. If you manage to impress me and earn the respect of my crew,
The respect of
then yeah, nothing's impossible.
Thank you, Captain Beidou. Thank you 1,000 times over. I couldn't help but notice you were searching for something else.
Why? Do you have any clues?
We heard about 2 treasures, both in Guili Plains. We were still looking for the first one when you found us, so maybe the other one might be what you're looking for. Not too
Oh,
far
where
from
is
here,
it?
but I'm just not sure of the exact location. All the info we got about this treasure came from the black market. Drunkenly, I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened. But as for the ruins long forsaken part, I do know of some ruins near here, but beyond that line...
So a treasure clue hidden in a poem, huh? Don't worry, we got this. See my friend here? If they taught treasure hunting as an art form, you'd probably be calling him Grandma, am I right?
চলো আমরা হলাম গ্র্যান্ড মাস্টার। চলো সাইটে চলো।
Oh,
Okay, come on, boys. You heard the captain. Lead the way.
গাইস আমরা পারলে না হেলথটা রিগেইন করে আসার চেষ্টা করতে পারতাম। চলো গাইস একটু হেলথ রিগেইন করে আসাই উচিত, নাহলে একটু চাপই লাগছে আমার। আবার কেলাকেলি পেদাপেদি যদি করতে হয় তাহলে আই উইল নিড সাম জুস। মাঝখান থেকে যে একটা অকিউলাস আমরা গ্যাদার করতে পেরেছি সেটাও আমরা অফার করে দেবো। আর আমাদের 28টা অকিউলাস লাগবে গাইস পুরো লিভেরও অকিউলাই স্ট্যাচুকে ম্যাক্স আউট করতে। তো আমরা বলতে পারো গাইস উই আর প্রিটি ক্লোজ। মনস্টার স্ট্যাচু আমরা অলরেডি ম্যাক্স আউট করে দিয়েছি। লিভে করব, তারপর
These are
ইনাজুমা
the
করব,
long
তারপরে
forsaken ruins from the
সুমেরু
poem.
এন্ড দেন ফন্টেইন,
Apparently they were once full of treasure.
ন্যাটল্যান্ডও করব।
But judging by the state of them now,
টাইমলাইন
it's probably
কেউ
long.
শেয়ার করব না।
It seems that we need. Drunkenly, I gazed at the ruins long forsaken and lay beneath red leaves. Do you have any ideas? Somewhere you can see the ruins from. So, somewhere not too far. Yeah, and maybe the shadow cast by the tree is supposed to hint at something.
Oh, I got it! This guy fell asleep and woke up just before sunset.
dusk and the shadow of a red-leaved tree. Let's take a look around.
ডাস্ক
I think
হচ্ছে 5টা থেকে 6টার আশেপাশে। আমরা একটা কাজ করব, হচ্ছে আমরা ঘড়িটাকে 6টা করব, কারণ 5টা ইজ স্টিল বিকেল, 6টা হচ্ছে অ্যাপ্রোপ্রিয়েট একদম সন্ধ্যে নামার টাইম। ভুল 6টা করে ফেললাম গাইস, আমাকে 18টা করতে হবে। আচ্ছা না, ডাস্ক বলেছিল, তো আমি একটু গোলমাল করে ফেলেছি। ওটা ভোর 6টা ছিল, সন্ধে 6টা নয়। রেড ট্রি, রেড ট্রি, রেড ট্রি তো আমাদের লাগে। দিস ইজ আ রেড ট্রি। ডিগ
found it.
পাওয়া
At
গেছে
long
গাইস,
last, the
আমরা
treasure is
ট্রেজার
finally in our
পেয়ে গেছি।
hands. A check from the Northland Bank. You really came through. We found the spot in no time. Without your help, I don't think I ever would have gotten my hands on it.
কিন্তু কথাটা হচ্ছে আমি একটুখানি
To
ইউনিক
us,
জিনিস
this is
এক্সপেক্ট
just a check
করেছিলাম।
that you can exchange at Northland Bank for some mora. But to some people, it's of huge importance. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a small bottle. I'll let you read it for yourself. Finished?
What I saved over the past year. Help me retrieve that check and exchange it at the Northland Bank. Mora will then be yours to do as you please. Save a small portion that I would like to like I would that I would like to use to pay my mother's living expenses. Her name is Minamoto Kotomi and she lives in Guili Plains. Please do this for me and thank you. Okay. তার মানে কিছু একটা তো বাওয়াল করেছে।
Yeah. I can't fault him for what he did, but the way things turned out, all I can say is life is unpredictable. Well,
কিন্তু স্টিল
let's fulfill his
গাইস,
final wish by taking this check to where it
আমরা কাজের কাজ করেছি। We have done it. তো গিলি প্লেন্সে আমরা চলে এসেছি, পাবলিকের কাছেও চলে যাব এইটাকে মেরে।
Windblade!
এটাকে কি মেরে? হাওয়া মেরে। আরেকবার হাওয়া মেরে দেবো। যতক্ষণে পিছন পিছন আসবে ততক্ষণ গাইজ আমরা একে হাওয়াই মারতে থাকবো। কারণ গাইজ আমি হাওয়ায় উড়ি না, আমি লোকেদেরকে হাওয়ায় ওড়াই। অনেক হাওয়ায় উড়েছে, এবারে মেরেই দেবো। কি বুঝলে গাইজ, আমি মারি না, মেরে দিই।
তুই মারিস না, খুন করিস।
দাদা লয়ার আছে বলে যা কিছু ইচ্ছা বলা যায় না, ঠিক আছে? আনলাইসেন্স লয়ার নিয়ে তো ওরা ঠিক নয়।
Well, this is it. Oh, boys, it's time for your first job. Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment from the Liua Ministry of
লয়ার
Civil
সাহেব কি
Affairs.
আবার লয়াগিরি
Yes,
করছে
boss.
নাকি?
What's up?
আহিম।
But you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work collecting all these, surely. Let's
Quite a
just
bit
pick
of
one,
work.
huh?
Chalo.
Ones that you've already helped me out so much today. Okay, off you go then. Take her the Sakura bloom along with the check. And if she asks, tell her your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
তাহলে অনারারি ক্রুক্স মেম্বারের অ্যাচিভমেন্ট আমরা পেয়ে গেছি গাইস, এটাকে আমরা সেভ করে নেব। আর এইভাবেই আমাদের কয়েকটা অ্যাচিভমেন্ট আজকে কমপ্লিট হলো। উইন্ড চেজিং ট্রেজার হান্টার এটা তো কমপ্লিট হয়েই গেল। মেমোরিজ অফ দ্য হার্টে আমরা অনারারি ক্রুক্স মেম্বারের অ্যাচিভমেন্ট আনলক করেছি। আর কোনো অ্যাচিভমেন্ট এক্ষুনি নেই। চেক করব নোটিসেস আর আপডেট সামারি অ্যান্ড অল, সব তো চলতেই থাকে। আমরা চলে যাব স্টোরি এবং স্টোরি কোয়েস্টসের হ্যাংআউট মেনুতে, যেখানে বেইডুর ফ্লো চার্টটা আমরা দেখতে পাবো। এন্ডিংস 5 আউট অফ 5, কুড়িটা প্রিমোজেম আমরা রিডিম করে নিলাম। ফ্লো চার্ট ওয়াইজ গাইজ আমরা পুরোপুরি অল আনলকড করে ফেলেছি। চলো গাইজ, আজকে আমরা রাখবো এইটুকুই। মোটামুটি 1 ঘন্টা কমপ্লিট হয়ে গেছে, কিন্তু একটা ভালো ব্যাপার যে আমরা বেডুর হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্ট 5 সিনারিওস অল টোটাল কমপ্লিট করে ফেলেছি। অ্যান্ড পার্ট 2তেই আমাদের ভিডিওটা কমপ্লিট হলো, মানে সিনারিওসগুলো কমপ্লিট হলো। নেক্সট টাইম আমরা লেটারটা থেকে যেই কোয়েস্টটা ট্রিগার হয়েছে সেটাকে কমপ্লিট করার চেষ্টা করব। সো টিল দেন গাইস, বাই বাই। কিন্তু তোমরা সাবস্ক্রাইবটা করছো না, যেটা তোমাদের করা উচিত। সো ভেরি ব্যাড অফ দিস। কিন্তু গাইস, বেইডুর হ্যাংআউট ইভেন্টটা পছন্দ হলে তোমরা লাইক করবে, কমেন্টে জানিও নেক্সট কোন ক্যারেক্টারের হ্যাংআউট কোয়েস্টটা আমাদের চালু করে দেওয়া উচিত। ইনপুট ইজ রিকোয়ার্ড। ওকে গাইস, চলো রাখছি আজকে এটুকুই। বাই।